Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about winter essentials that I think you need for 2020. I do one of these videos every season and I'm going to try not to repeat myself too much from last winter. Obviously staples are staples and you're always going to need kind of those similar warm things in winter, but I am going to try and make today's video a little bit different and keep it a little bit more on trend for this winter in particular, or new things that I have discovered that help me get through the winter blues. So I hope you enjoy today's video. If you do like the content that I make, please feel free to subscribe. I upload a new video every single week. And let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start from like outerwear and kind of work my way in because I feel like outerwear is more exciting. Things that go underneath get a little bit boring, a bit plain looking, because obviously they're not there to look interesting, so we'll leave them till the end. So item number one that I think you need for winter 2020 is a patterned coat. This is the one that I have. It is from Zara and it is this gorgeous houndstooth print coat. It has larger houndstooth in some areas, smaller houndstooth. This is just a zigzag pattern. The reason I picked up this one in particular was the black and white. I figured was going to go with the most items in my wardrobe because it's super easy to pair with all different colours. You don't need a black and white one. Depending on the kind of colour scheme in your wardrobe, you can pick something that matches really easily. I just love having something interesting in my outfit. I love a good statement piece, and in winter when you're wearing a coat and your coat is potentially covering everything else that you're wearing underneath, it's nice to have a bit of interest there. This one is unlined, however it is 18% wool, which is a lovely natural material which is going to help keep me nice and warm. I also picked this up in a size medium. I am normally a size small, so I thought it would be nice to go a little bit oversized to allow a bit of space to put chunky jumpers and lots of layers underneath. Speaking of natural materials, item number two that I think you need for winter 2020 is a wool jumper or a wool blend jumper. I have a few options in this category. The most recent one that I picked up is this plain black one from Max. I only picked this up quite recently. It is 70% wool, 30% recycled cashmere. Both of those are natural materials that are going to help you to really stay nice and warm. I picked this one up in a size extra small because it does already have that kind of slouchy, relaxed, slightly oversized fit. I figured you can't go wrong with a plain black jumper in winter, just something that's going to pair really effortlessly with everything. However, I do also recommend wool patterned jumpers. As with the coat, the thing that is your outer layer is going to be what everyone sees, and it's nice for that to be a little bit interesting. So if you don't have a patterned coat or you don't really get cold enough to wear coats in winter, then you can add your pattern with your jumper. This is one that was actually hand knitted by Jonathan's grandma. I have 3 of her old jumpers that she passed on to me last winter. This is my favorite of the 3. I just think the colors are so wintry. The light blue and the white just reminds me of snow. So this one and the 2 others that I'm about to show you are all 100% wool. I believe in last year's version of this video I recommended 100% cashmere jumpers. That was before I was given these 3 jumpers. I actually find wool to be warmer than cashmere. These are the other 2 wool hand knitted jumpers. This one I was actually wearing just before. Item number 3 that you need for your winter wardrobe is straight leg jeans. I have 2 pairs here to show you today. I actually have a 3rd pair, but it has rips in the knees, which I don't feel is appropriate for winter because I don't want cold knees. But these 2 here are both from Topshop. These are just their regular straight leg jeans, and these ones are the editor straight leg jeans, which means that they have a button up fly, they have a little less stretch, and they're more high-waisted. The reason I think straight leg jeans are great for winter is because of the cut, the way that they fit at the ankle. Because they're a little bit wider, it means that you can fit your boots underneath, so your jeans kind of overlap and fall over the outside of your boots. I think that it looks gorgeous, but more importantly it means that you can kind of layer up underneath your jeans. So in winter I will wear these with fleecy stockings or tights underneath. Let's talk about some dresses that are appropriate for winter. I feel my style is quite feminine a lot of the time. If you have a similar style to me, you may sometimes feel in winter that you're not really able to express your regular feminine style because it's just too cold to wear dresses. But I have a couple of suggestions for you. You want to be looking for dresses that allow you to layer underneath them as well as on top of them, and that doesn't mean that they have to be super plain. This dress I feel is the perfect example of that. I picked this up quite recently from Max as well. You probably saw it, it was a couple of videos ago now. If I take the belt off this dress, you can see that it's actually not form-fitting at all. It's quite loose. You don't have to have a dress that's quite loose, but it does allow you to kind of layer underneath it if you need to. The reason I'm wearing the belt with this today is so that I can tuck a jumper into it and give it that little French tuck. As I said earlier in the video, I was earlier in the day wearing this dress with this jumper. All you need to do if you want to wear a jumper over your dresses in winter without them looking like they're kind of swamping you is add a belt and then just kind of tuck the front of the jumper into the belt, and that brings the hem of the jumper up to your waistline, which means that you get to keep your shape while also having the warmth of a jumper over top. And as you can see, I have a pattern on the bottom, different pattern on the top, but because the colours work together, I think that this still looks fine. One thing to keep in mind though, and the reason that I couldn't transfer a lot of my summer dresses into the winter season, is that they can't have a belt already attached to the dress. Most of my summer dresses have their own little tie that is like sewn onto the dress, and that's going to look really bulky under the jumpers. This is the other one that I wanted to share with you. I picked this one up from Japan. This is an example of one that is a bit more fitted because this one has the elasticated waistband. The only thing with this dress is that it does have this tie around the neck, which normally if I'm wearing the dress on its own, I tie this into a bow. But if I'm wearing it with a jumper over top, I don't want the bow sticking out on my neck either. I also can't leave it undone because it will hang down past where my jumper ends. So, and I have done this, I wore this about a week ago this way, I literally just put the ties inside the dress so that they fall down the inside. They're not going to add any extra bulk because they're just really thin material, but it means that you can't see it kind of poking out from anywhere. And I think these dresses are really appropriate for winter as well because they do have the long sleeves and the long length, which means although the material itself is not particularly warm, at least there is another layer of material in those areas. Another style of dress that you can wear in winter that's going to keep you nice and warm and I think is very appropriate is a jumper dress. This is one I picked up from H&M. It is a super thick material and it's got a very high roll neck as well, so there's a lot of warmth going on with this. It's also a midi length, which means it's covering most of my legs as well. So there's a lot of coverage, a lot of thick material, very warm. This is another one that is quite loose, which means that I can layer so much underneath this. I can do the tights, the singlet, the thermals. I could put a jumper underneath this if I needed to. How beautifully did those go together? Speaking of which, actually, my previous video, if you didn't see it, was I think 7 different ways to style a jumper dress, specifically this one here. So if you're interested in that, if you have a dress similar to this one or you're just looking for a bit of inspiration, I will link that up in the cards. Okay, moving on to some items that you wouldn't necessarily see in winter, but they're still there to just help you keep nice and warm. As I've been saying through the video, layering up underneath what you're wearing is just as important as layering up over top with jumpers and things. So I have a few things that I like to wear underneath my tops or my dresses. While I was in Japan, I went to Uniqlo, which I don't think we can access in New Zealand. I don't think they ship to here, unfortunately. But if you are from a country that has access to Uniqlo, I believe Australia does, lucky you guys, then this might be relevant for you. So they have a heat tech range, which I was very keen to try out. So this is one of the long sleeve shirts from their heat tech range. I picked it up in my skin color because I figured this would be the easiest to wear under lots of things, especially like this dress if they're just a little bit sheer so that it wouldn't be super noticeable. So I've been wearing this for the last couple of weeks and it's all good so far. In previous winters I have put a singlet as my like base layer, and then a t-shirt or a long sleeve shirt over top of that, and then whatever else I'm wearing for the day. I know we're not in the depths of winter yet, but so far I've not needed to add the singlet. So far with this as my base layer, I've been plenty warm enough. Another one that I like to wear as my base layer is this one, which is a 100% merino long sleeve top. This one's from Glassons. I've had this for years, so I don't know if they still do their merino, but I know that Max has merino in their stores right now. I did show a couple of their merino pieces in my Come Shopping With Me at Max video, although I didn't purchase any because I have this one already. But I do have $18 off my next Max order, so I am potentially going to pick up a merino piece. Merino is another natural material that is going to help keep you really warm, as well as being breathable. So I find that I don't sweat as much when I'm wearing merino as my base layer, which is nice because I tend to sweat a lot. But yeah, merino, definitely recommend as your base layer. Have it next to your skin, let it keep you warm. I'm pretty sure in last year's video I did mention fleecy tights. I still wear those all through winter. I'm literally wearing them today. Ta-da! And yes, they are fleecy on the inside. But I also picked up these, also from Uniqlo. These are their Heat Tech Ultra Warm Footless tights. I don't know if this is actual fleece, but I mean, they've got a fleecy feel on the inside as well. I haven't actually worn these yet because I've been wearing the ones that I'm currently wearing. These ones I would probably not wear with a dress because they're footless, but I would wear these under my straight leg jeans because you won't see them underneath the jeans. I am planning on doing a review video on the Uniqlo Heat Tech range. Obviously I can't do it yet because I literally haven't worn these, but in a few weeks I think it will probably be getting cold enough for me to wear these under everything I'm wearing. So once I've started wearing them and I kind of have an opinion, I will be doing that video, so keep an eye out for that if you're interested. One other thing that I want to mention for something that I think will be really useful for winter is actually something that I haven't started using yet, but last winter I didn't even know that these existed. I somehow discovered that sheepskin insoles are a thing. I can't remember how I discovered these. I must have seen them online somewhere, but you literally just put these inside your shoes, whatever shoes you're wearing for the day, and then you have like sheepskin soles on your feet to keep your toes and your feet nice and warm for the day. And I think that it's genius. As you can see, yes, I do still literally have the tag on them. I've had these for about a month, but it just honestly hasn't been cold enough yet. I did pick these up from a New Zealand website though. They are made in New Zealand. I think they're from Sheepskins Canterbury. I'll leave the website in the description box down below if you want to pick them up. They are the Possum Pam sheepskin inner soles, and I have mine in a size medium. If they don't fit into your shoes, it said that they're really easy to trim. This is what the other side of them looks like, and I guess if they don't quite fit, you would just literally cut around the heel a little bit. I will keep you updated on these once I start wearing them. I'm interested to see whether they kind of like slip around in your shoe. This bit is like rubbery, so I'm hoping that they won't. And that brings me to the end of today's video. If you are interested in last year's video, I'll have that linked down below as well. I really hope you enjoyed today's video and possibly discovered something new that might help you survive winter. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time. Bye!